Law enforcement in Germany is constitutionally vested solely with the states, which is one of the main features of the German political system. Policing has always been a responsibility of the German states even after 1871 when the country was unified. The 1919 Constitution of the Weimar Republic did provide for the possibility of creating a national police force, should the necessity arise. But it was only in the Nazi era that state police forces were unified under central control and a national police force created. The police became a tool of the centralized state and the Nazi Party. Following the defeat of 1945, Germany was divided. In 1949, the three Western zones were turned into the new West Germany, while the Soviet zone became East Germany. Each country pursued a different path concerning law enforcement. In light of the gross misuse of power by the centralized Nazi state, the new West German constitution provided a strict separation of powers, placing law enforcement firmly in the hands of the states. The only policing agencies allowed at the federal level were the paramilitary Federal Border Guard, also responsible for Coast Guard services, and the Federal Criminal Police, both under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of the Interior. Because Germany's borders became largely open since 2005, due to the development of the European Union and the Schengen Agreement to all neighborhood countries, the Bundesgrenzschutz was renamed to Federal Police. The duties of the Federal Police still are limited to the security of railway lines, main railway stations, airports, seaports, and several other special duties. East Germany created a centralized police force under the Ministry of the Interior, the paramilitary Volkspolizei. It also established a border police force, initially an independent force, later integrated into the army and then reorganized as an independent military organization. Another central police agency, the Federal Criminal Police Office, with approximately 7,100 agents, operates nationwide from headquarters in Wiesbaden. The BKA is a clearinghouse for criminal intelligence records. It provides assistance to the state criminal police officers in forensic matters, research, and criminal investigations. It is also the national point of contact for the International Criminal Police Organization. The BKA conducts own criminal investigations or enters existing cases only when requested by state authorities, or in cases involving two or more states. The BKA is involved in investigations against various terrorist groups since the 1960s. The Federal Customs Service was implemented in 1997 as the Customs Tactical Unit for Dangerous Missions. The Federal Intelligence Service was based in Munich since February 2019 as the service based in Berlin. The BND is restricted to the investigation of threats originating outside of Germany. It depends heavily on wiretapping and other surveillance techniques applied to international communications. Such activities are authorized only to counter the danger of an armed threat to the country. But intelligence authorities have pressed for the added power to monitor suspected international traffickers of weapons and drugs. The Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution is primarily the domestic intelligence service of Germany, concerned with espionage, treason, and sedition. It has no powers of arrest and cannot use force, but it carries out surveillance and supplies the BKA and other police agencies with information on international crime, drug trafficking, terrorism, and other illegal activities. Its main office is in Cologne. Similar and independent offices exist in each state. Although they cooperate closely with the federal office, they operate under the control of state authorities. Established in 1951, the Bundespolizer. The Bundespolizer was previously known as the Bundesgrenzschutz and had a more restricted role until July 1, 2005, when the law renaming the BGS as the BPOL was enacted. All personnel on duty wear sidearms. Some units have light aircraft and helicopters to facilitate rapid access to remote border areas and for patrol and rescue missions. A Coast Guard force forms a part of the BPOL. It is equipped with 14 large patrol craft and several helicopters. In addition to controlling Germany's border, the BPOL serves as a federal reserve force to deal with major disturbances and other emergencies. Beyond the scope of land police, the BPOL guards airports and foreign embassies, and several highly trained detachments are available for special crisis situations requiring demolition equipment, helicopters, or combat vehicles. After shortcomings in police procedures and training were revealed by the terrorist attack on Israeli athletes at the 1972 Olympics, a task force known as Border Guard Group 9 was formed to deal with terrorist incidents, especially hostage situations. The GSG-9 won world attention when it rescued 86 passengers,